hearts every time that I drop. Like when I walk in the spot, it's like you gon' be in this and you don't make it hot like her. New deal, AP, I done signed up with Def Jam. Jay-Z.
Entering week schedule screen. Entering franchise hub screen home.
Put a bag in your head, it don't matter the price. Put on their neck, so I got me some ice. If I'm dissing you once, I ain't saying it twice. Said I got time today, I done stepped in the field, I got time to play. And my exes are the bare time to wait. Blocking, I said I need time away. Like, what you mean you don't know how I'm stepping?
Play preseason. Home you have 4 options. Play full game. Man, practice available is selected. Entering team select screen. The Kansas City Chiefs, the home team, are selected. Ready?
Yeah, in London, stand up. For the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this. In my park, see straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the number.
Entering franchise practice screen. You have 9 options. Resume is selected. Entering franchise practice screen. You have 9 op. Entering franchise practice. Race pot ball. Flip sides. Practice type is selected. Coaching. Pop-up menu. You have 3 options. Quit game is selected. Race pot ball is selected. Entering. Choose new. Race pot ball is selected. Entering franchise. Quit game is selected. Entering. Quit practice pop-up. Yes, exit to menu.
It's like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff.
Entering week schedule screen. Entering franchise hub screen home.
Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club. We gon' see though, I feel like she more of a CEO. Or maybe she doing volunteer work in Rio.
Entering team select screen. The Kansas City Chiefs, the home team, are selected. Entering week schedule screen. Entering franchise hubs. Managed. Play preseason. Home. You have 4 options. Play full game. Entering team select screen. The New Orleans. Ready.
I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in the bed like him. Cause they don't love it. 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 I've been laid back so long, I'm trying to get turned. Searching my name, dog, that's how you get hurt. Being likable, I'm trying to be
Today, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, it's week 1 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. Saints versus Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, it's the preseason opener for these two teams, and it should be a good one, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New Orleans Saints. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jerick McKinnon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Here again is McKinnon. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Toss right side to Pacheco. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Pass is caught by James. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Down to the 22-yard line.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. McKinnon is in. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Well, just about an ideal start to this one offensively, because on the road, you want to make sure you quiet the home crowd early. And how do they do it? Nice march to start things off. Let the run game find its footing early. That drive certainly checked a lot of boxes, and they finished it off with a touchdown run.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They'll be led out by one of the most productive QBs in the last decade. It's year 10 for the Fresno Stater now. Here's Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The target that time, Michael Thomas, but it'll be 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
The Saints going to send out Blake Gillikin to punt on 4th down here. On the return, it's James. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 70 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down, McKinnon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They begin on the ground with Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Carr on the bootleg. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And shedding through the tackle. A nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back. The Chiefs offense ready to go again. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They toss it to Pacheco. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Pacheco once again. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 117 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. A strong running. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Handoff, it's McKinnon. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, fans of old school football, they got to be loving this, partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring by pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way. They could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a man picked up after 2 years in Detroit. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 more on that one and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Winston. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up to throw. This is intercepted. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub packages and even on the practice squad. but he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Now a 2nd and 6. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And that pick six just a moment ago, things went from bad to worse. Look up at the scoreboard now. Not looking good here. We'll see if they can put something together on this drive. 1st and 10. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And Winston lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken it around the 40. A beautiful fake. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the 2nd time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. And you know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
You talk about fantasy line, but why don't you just play?
I'm not good enough to play in a fantasy game. I enjoy watching
you do it. You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 40-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Motion man right is Rice. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's the 2nd and 5. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's the ex-Florida Gator, Lamichael Pirine. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. McKinnon will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Butker on for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, Winston. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Winston. Being chased out left. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed, as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
first down. Winston. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Here's Winston. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. Fights through, and now a crease. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 95 yards rushing here for Edwards-Helaire. It's a first down.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
He had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film
Let me
review.
see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day.
All right,
in our
Coach,
game.
thank you very much.
Most of the starters have made their cameo and departed,
3.
but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon God.
Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
On second down, Winston again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. Gabbert sacked. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Edwards-Helaire. He stiff-arms him.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll look to throw here. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd and 6. Throwing, Winston, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, here's Pirine. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. Again, here's Pirine. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 14. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Here's 2nd and 7. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chiefs extend their lead yet again. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Tershawn Wharton coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. Take it at the 37. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. So a 6-carry drive the last go-around, touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him. From the 43, here's 2nd and a yard. Now Edwards-Helaire. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Hand off here for Pirine. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. LaMichael Pirine taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was LaMichael Pirine who finished it off with a touchdown run. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Edwards. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. The Saints on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fielded just inside the 20. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the 4th quarter. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll hand it to Pirine. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space. Maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says we're going for it on 4th down. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. On the draw, Pirine. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. Fighting through. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 27. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A toss play. Here's Pirine. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run again with Pirine. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. LaMichael Pirine, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to throw. Complete to Washington. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw is Winston. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now Winston. No, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Second and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Moore, the man in motion. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That good for 19 and a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They run it with P. Ryan on first down. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Once more, P. Ryan. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. P. Ryan. Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go to P. Ryan, trying to pound it in. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. No hesitation on the decision to go on 4th and goal from the 1, and they punch it in.
And I do believe that field position factors in there, too, because even if they don't get in, you're going to force the other guys to go the full 99 yards. So to me, a good calculated risk, which actually paid off.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's taken to the 26. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. KC's offense ready to take over. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Here's P. Ryan again on 2nd down. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Again, here's P. Ryan. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Up the middle, here's P. Ryan. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll run it here with P. Ryan. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now a carry for P. Ryan. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side with P. Ryan. Shedding the tackle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
You have call timeout is selected.
It was a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Gabbert here wants to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Butker now to add the extra point.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this depth. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
You have called timeout is selected.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the...
You have instant call timeout is selected.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL.
You have 5 options.
Till next time, we say so long from the bottom.
Franchise is selected. Entering player upgrades screen, Lamical Perini is selected. You have 6 options. Upgrade is selected. Illus receiving back. You have 5 options. Overview is selected. Entering screen, weekly goals. Entering week schedule screen. Entering franchise hub screen, home. Manage staff is selected. Home, you have 4 options. Franchise staff is selected.
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here you find the right coaches to hire for your staff and upgrade them to help improve your team both on and off the field. Only time we link Staff points can be used across all of your staff characters. To access talents down a tree, you must purchase at least one tier of the talents above them. When you have enough staff points, you can begin purchasing talents or special skills that will improve your team on or off the field. To see what effect each talent has, highlight it on the talent tree. The panel will also show whether a talent is available for purchase. Some talent trees make you select a path to follow to build your character. Upon purchasing one of these talents, the opposite path will be locked, so choose wisely.
(0 second) 1/1. 0 second. 2/2. A half.
Listen, the past bananas, but I haven't seen it. You thought it was
2/2. A half.
sacrilegious. I feel my raps as you ever been in my clearly crafted mission with crass intentions. You may have given the credit so you can save now. This ain't the end and you might as well go and lay down. Make way to witness the heights of going, I'm paid down. You pray for distance with guys like me, it's too late now. Preparation means opportunity, no? Being great, that's ambiguity, no? Too much at stake for your foolery, is it though? Keep on hating, it's fuel to me, did you know? What have I done? What are my motives? What am I thinking? What do you think? What's to be done? Who needs a motive? I won't be defeated. They don't want to see it. Don't want to believe it, but no one will stop to.
Entering staff management screen, you have 4 options. View talent tree is selected.
I got everything to lose. Cheat codes, I'm flattered, but I don't need those. I ain't playing by the rules. I ain't playing with you. What you saying to do?
Entering week schedule screen. Entering franchise hub screen home.
No umbrella can shelter the way I storm on your weekends. I'm not interested, I want to form an allegiance.
Manage, you got advanced week is selected. Home, you have 2 options. Next week is selected.
Preparation means opportunity, yes. Being great is ambiguity, yes. Too much at stake for your foolery, this the test.